Okay, we're on problem 1B of the practice test. And on this one, this is probably the most difficult problem on this test because you have to take 2 points and then use those 2 points in order to make, if you look on here, slope-intercept form. Now let me show you what slope-intercept form, if you forgot. Slope-intercept form, once you see it, you'll probably jog your memory here. And slope-intercept form is y equals mx plus b. Now mx plus b, there's also some other forms. There's the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. And then last but not least, there is the standard form, which looks like ax plus bx equals z. And so on this particular one, we are using the slope-intercept form, that one right there. And so that would be probably the first thing that I write down is y equals mx plus b. So write that down. And if you notice that, let me write my points. I think that'd be the best way to do it. So let's write 28, 0. So just write your points down because we're going to do something with them. And what I'm going to do is write an x and a y over top of it. So this is like x1, y1. Oh, I hate when my y does that. Stupid program. Okay, y1. And then we got x2, y2. And this just helps me kind of keep it straight in my mind so I don't get confused about my points. And so that's something that I would suggest. Now we see in our equation, let me highlight some stuff here. We have a y point and we have an x point. And we got x's and y's over here. So those are kind of taken care of. But the problem with this equation is that we don't have, let me use this pretty purple. We don't have this, oh my gosh, that purple's horrible. We don't have this m and we don't have this b. So we need to find those. And I'm going to do that in, I think, 2 steps here. And let's get the right size here. I hate when my pen's too thick. So we need to find the slope. This m, that stands for slope. And so you're going to write the equation for slope. Slope equals y2 minus y1. You probably remember this. And x2 minus x1. And that equals y2 minus y1. That is, so we go over to our y2 right here. Whoa. And we're going to write our y2 is 48 minus and our y1 is 0, and then that's all over our x2, so go look at your x2, which is 0, and it's minus 28, and that equals 48 minus 0 is just 48 all over negative 28. And then we can reduce this down to, let's see, I think 4s. Yeah, okay, so I think we can reduce it by 4. So that is 1, so we got 12 over 7. Negative 12 over 7. Don't forget your negative sign right there. Yeah, and I think that'll do it. So we got our slope now. Let me use highlighter right here. So this thing, I'm going to get crazy with my lines. This slope is going to go for this m. So we got one piece. Now we need the other piece, which is this b right here. And in order to find that, oh man, hang in there. So we got our y value. Here, I need some more space. Okay, so you write your y equals mx plus b. And now we're going to put a points in for the x, for the m, and for the y. And then use that in order to find the b. Did you catch that? So we can put some points in here. So for y, you can use any one of these points. You could use that one or that one. I got lines all over the place now. So I'm going to use this one right here. So for the y, it's 0. 0 equals, and our m is this thing right here, negative 12 over 7 times x, which is right here, 28, plus b. Now we just have to solve this equation and find out what our b is. So what you do first is, let me switch to my highlighter. The most convenient thing is that this 28 can be divided by the 7. So you take 28 divided by 7, that is 7, 14, 21, 28, that's 4. So then you take this 12 times 4, and we still got our equals 0 over here, plus b. Then negative 12 times 4, that equals negative 48, plus b. And we're trying to solve for b right here, so we need to get the 4 to the other side. So let's do plus 48 to both sides. And that crosses the 48s out, so we got 48 equals b. Woo! And so we got, now when we make our final equation, I'm going to come back over here to the left. We got y equals mx plus b. You just leave the y and you leave the x, and you put in your slope here, so negative 12.7, and then you add your b on, plus 48. So that's our equation for point slope form for this one, or slope intercept form, sorry. Okay, now let's go on to the next problem, which I think it's like part 2 or 1C or something.